They say you learn your baby's cries by heart, that their wails become the soundtrack to your sleepless nights. But my daughter, Emma, never cried, not once since we brought her home. Friends joked I had a miracle baby, but the quiet felt wrong, like an unfinished song. I kept telling myself that maybe she was just content, but last night proved I was desperately wrong. I woke at 2 a.m. to the sound of laughter, a bright, bubbling giggle echoing through the baby monitor. Relief washed over me for a split second, until I realized it wasn't Emma's voice. It was deeper, familiar in a way that made my skin crawl. I crept down the hallway, the monitor pressed to my ear, heart pounding. The giggle turned into words, old-fashioned phrases I hadn't heard since childhood. "Come closer, love. Let me see you." That was my late grandmother's voice, unmistakable, echoing from my baby's room. The nursery felt icy as I entered, Emma sitting upright in her crib, eyes fixed on the dark corner. Her mouth moved, lips forming words she had no way of knowing. "You remember me, don't you, darling?" The voice was sweet, nostalgic, but it vibrated with something hungry underneath. I watched as Emma's tiny hands reached into the shadows, beckoning something I couldn't see. For the first time since her birth, she finally looked at me, her eyes shining with an intelligence that didn't belong to a newborn. I wanted to run, but my feet refused to move. Grandma's voice, Emma's voice, spoke again, this time with a cold certainty that froze my blood. "You promised you'd never leave me alone." Suddenly, the room filled with the scent of lavender and mothballs, just like Grandma's old bedroom, and the shadows seemed to pulse and breathe. I realized, far too late, that Emma hadn't just skipped crying, she'd been listening, waiting, and now, something else was wide awake in my baby's skin.